Hey, what's up? What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? It's your partner, Frankie P. I don't know why. What's, what's so funny is, and I'm going to get myself out of that habit, but it's probably just a nervous twitch. I notice when I look back at the videos that I do, I'm always doing like this before I get started. I'm always rubbing my knees. I'm probably rubbing my knees anyway. I'm probably rubbing my knees. Hey, mom, how you doing? I'm probably rubbing my knees anyway. but it's probably a nervous twitch that I have, um, because I do get nervous before I do each one of these videos. For whatever reason, I get nervous. So we're going through the Lucky Life Journal. Hopefully, you can get your journal out too, and you can go along with me if you so if you so choose. But I just wanted to share with you a story. I wanted to share with you a story of me not believing in me, just having some challenges in my life. And I was just complaining to a friend of mine, and I was saying, things are just not happening. I was just in a challenging place in my life, and I said, things are not happening the way that I want them to happen. And here's the story that was shared to me, and see if you can relate to this. See if you can relate to this. He told me, he says, Frankie P. He says, I get up and I can relate to this. He says, I drink water every morning. I was like, yeah, me too, me too, me too. He says, so I drink water every morning and I have my bottle set beside the sink. And as I go in there, I grab my bottle of water, I turn it up, and I drink. He says, so this one particular morning, I walk into the bathroom and I don't see my bottle. So he says he goes and he wakes his wife up. Hey, hey, did you see my bottle of water? I had it on the counter on the sink. She says, no, it should be on the sink. I didn't touch it. I didn't move it. He said, you had to move it because I put it on the sink and it was there. I drink it every morning. My water was there. She says, well, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't move your water. So he's getting frustrated. He says he's getting frustrated that he can't find his water. So he goes, steps back out. She says, look, I'm telling you, no one moves your water. You put your water in there. Your water is right there. So he says a couple of minutes later, he goes back into the bathroom. He looks there because they have two sinks. So he says he looks on the other side of the sink, and there was his bottle of water. And so this is what he shared with me. He says, Frankie P, he says, I was put into a box and you cannot see beyond your belief. Say that one more time. You cannot see beyond your belief. He says, I didn't believe that my water was there. So as many times as I walked back into the bathroom, the water was there, but I couldn't see it because I didn't believe that water was there. I had a concept in my mind that the water wasn't there, and no matter what type of evidence be damned. Don't care. I don't care what type of evidence is not there. So in that box, and so what's happening in our lives? That we put ourselves in a box, and we can't see beyond that box, that belief. So he went on to say, because I was having some, I guess some challenging times, and I was getting out of sort. So he put me back, and this is what he used, and I hope to share this with you. And if you can utilize this, go ahead and put this in your back pocket too. He says that you have your God source. I call him God. You might call him whatever you call your source. He says you have your source, and your source is leading the way, always leading the way, and you are behind the source. The analogy was, if you thought about, if you've driven in a car and you've gotten behind a truck, and you get behind the truck, and the truck just cuts the wind, and you're behind there, so you can just coast right on through and sail. You can almost take your foot off the pedal, just barely touch the pedal, and you're coasting based on that drag because the truck has divided and pushed everything aside for you to go straight on through. Now that's what's happening with God. God is going through, source is going through and separating everything to make it easy for us. So this is what happens. This is what happens whenever we come out of alignment. We start shaking like this. But when we get right behind and get aligned back with source, everything's smooth sailing. So when we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling depressed, when we're feeling jealous, when we're feeling anger, it's because we are out of alignment and not drafting behind source. You get that? Soon as we get behind, soon as we get out of alignment. And so anytime of those feelings are happening, it's because we're not in alignment. That was something I learned. And I took that. I took that, and now I run with it. I can always visualize because of the truck and drafting, because I drove from California to DC, and because I can literally see myself, and that's what I would do. I would drive for 100 to 200 miles at a time, but I would find a truck, and I would get behind the truck, and I would just draft behind the truck. Saved a lot of gas because I didn't. Those headwinds were not hitting me. Those headwinds were not hitting me, so I wasn't shaking. But whenever I got from behind the truck, I was shaking. The wind was hitting my truck, hitting my car, and I was moving like this. But as soon as I got behind that truck, it was just smooth sailing. So now, that's what I'm saying. What am I saying? I'm saying whenever you feel that you're not aligned, just say, hey, what is source? Where is source? And how do I align myself with source? Because source is not going to come. We're over here. Source may not come back. Source is saying, hey, the reason I have to be here is because you're over here. I have this other person over here. Source is one direction. And we have to get in alignment with the source right here. We have to get in alignment with the source. And when we get out of alignment, it starts to shake. We hit the headwinds. So notice that, and notice that whenever you're going through your day, if you are out of alignment, it's typically because, not typically, it is because you are out of alignment with source. So gone through the Lucky Life journal, put down all my things that I had today. So I had some clarity on some ideas, just clearing my mind, had some clarity on ideas. So what we do is we put all of the good events, all of the positive events, we jot them down. And this forces me, because I literally go through my day in my mind, visually in my mind, and this forces me to literally pick out things in my mind. And the reason I'm looking at two different cameras, I have YouTube over here, I had Instagram over here, so I'm looking at two different cameras. But I got clarity in my mind on I guess on something that I had been trying to write down probably for about 2 or 3 weeks. But just like that, when I started thinking about just getting in alignment and allowing source to lead the way and me just draft behind him or her, then it became clear. Right now, before I cut on this camera, I was almost, but I knew that I had to stay consistent. I knew that I had to show up, and that's part of it. Just showing up. Showing up is half the battle, more than half the battle. So now, let's look at affirmations. So these are my affirmations. You can utilize your affirmations. You can come up with yours. If you think of something that might can help me, please share it with me. Share it with me. I'm more than open. So because this world is vast. These are just my affirmations that I'm utilizing right now, and let's go through them. I love you. You'll be amazed how many people never hear that throughout the day. Just as you apologize for any negativity I have brought upon you. And we're writing this down. Negativity I have brought upon you. The reason we're writing it down is because we're wiring our brains. We're wiring our brains and firing those same circuits so they can come together. We're wiring it, and we're rewiring and firing those brains, so those circuits in our brain to manifest the things that we want to have in our life. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I humble myself. I humble myself. And thank you. Thank you for the heart. Thank you. And why am I thanking you? Because it is done. It is done. We're going on our I am statements. I am love. I am feel it, joy. I am all of the I ams paper. As you're writing it, look at the ink go. Feel it as you're actually moving your pen across the paper. I am peace. A lot of people don't have peace in their life. I was talking to a friend of mine. This was probably a couple of months ago, and he's going through some issues with his with his marriage. And he says the one thing that he wants in his life is peace. Now, I can't tell him if he should stay or if he should go, but he wants peace in his life. But that's the one. He said, money, I have all of these things, but what I want is peace. I want peace. Become it. You are it. I am peace. I am joy. You are joy. This very second, you need nothing else. You are peace. You are love. I guess, and as I said, the source, God's source, is pure love. So whenever we feel anything other than love, I'm learning this and actually implementing this. But whenever I'm personalize this, feel any negative emotion, it's because I'm not in alignment with the same thought process or the same feeling that source or God has. I'm out of alignment and I start to shake. Negativity, jealousy, anger. Okay. So I ask myself, why are you feeling this way? It's because I am out of alignment. I am fulfilled. I have everything fulfilled that I need. But because we are humans in a physical body, we always still have more things that we want to experience. And the reason we want to experience it is because we want joy. We believe whatever this thing is that we're going to have is going to make us feel better than we're feeling right now. That's the reason we want it. Well, let me take that back. It's going to make us feel better. The things that we want is either because we believe it's going to make us feel good, or we believe it's going to take away some pain. One of the two. Those are two motivating factors. I am consistent. I am consistent with my actions. Okay, so like I said, you can write your affirmations down. These are mine. You feel free to utilize mine. And if you have some that I can put down, please share them with me. I would be more than happy. I follow through with on my words. I only attract high vibrations. I only attract high vibrations. And I'll find myself loving people, people loving me, because I only attract high vibration people. Now, these are the visions. Remember when I just shared earlier, it is difficult for us to see outside of our belief. If this is our box, and remember the water was right here, but he couldn't find the water because it was outside his belief. He didn't believe the water was in the bathroom, so he couldn't see it. Even though it was right there. It was right there, he couldn't see it because his belief level wouldn't allow him to do it. So this, as we're writing our vision down, already know that this is happening. It may not be tangible, but it is happening in your life. It is happening in your life. So this is mine. My wife and I. Okay, use as many adjectives or adverbs as you can. It intensifies the feeling. Walk happily on the warm beach holding hands. And you can choose any area that you would like to have things manifest. You can choose personal life. You can choose your job. You can choose money. You can choose whatever area that you would like to have better in your life. You can definitely utilize that. My children enjoy college and are honor roll students. Would be rude if I spell honor roll correct, huh? My doctors. Oh my gosh. Yes, my doctors are amazed at my great health. I can literally see me going into the doctor right now and they're saying, I can't believe your numbers are coming down. I see it, I feel it, I see it happening. Because the subconscious mind doesn't know if it's real or if it's not. So I might as well tell my subconscious, I might as well put in there the greatest thing and feel it. The more not only saying it, but the more importantly is feeling it. Feel it. I have over 1 million loyal YouTube subscribers. Hey, guys, and that's it. That is it. We go through our Lucky Life events. We make sure you use the $ because that is a symbol of success in our culture. So that's why we utilize the $. So you go through your mind, put any and everything down, write any and everything down that you can. Write any and everything down that you can of things that are happening in your life today that are positive. Write it down that you've done that may have happened out of the blue. You can't even explain it. Write it down. Pay yourself that it happened because you know that you created it. If it happened great for you, you created it. Pay yourself. So write it down. And then you pay about an hour, 1 hour. If, like for instance, I didn't go to the gym, so I didn't work out. I didn't have that today. But sometimes it may be 1 hour, 2 hours, however long it was. Put that down. If it's your occupation, you can pay yourself your regular wages or a flat fee. on your wages, on your business. And remember, whenever you make money or you find money, you're giving money out of the blue, money, anything financially just occurs for you, you subtract that from your vibrational bank. So we built up our vibrational bank up here, and we look at it. Next thing you know, you'll have a couple of $100,000 in your vibrational bank. And if you can believe it on this paper right here, you can believe it in here. It will show up into your. You'll be amazed. It'll show up into your bank account. Share with me your success story. I'm be excited how when that happens. When that happens, um, then on another side, we're putting our affirmations down and we're putting our vision of where we see our life. So until tomorrow, guys, this is your partner Frankie P. And remember, you change your perspective, you change your life. When you change your perspective, you change your life. When you change your perspective, stay in alignment. Remember, draft behind your source. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to change your life. Peace. Holla at you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the love. Appreciate you. Peace.